I know, controversial take inbound. Everybody grab your families and jump in the bunker, because I'm about to drop a real nuke here. When the price tag for Mario Kart World dropped, the world let out a collective, huh? There's always so much misinformation floating around leading up to a new console releasing, so I and many others thought this had to be the case with this price tag. I mean, $70 has been quickly becoming the new standard for AAA video games, but I mean, $80? That was unheard of. There was absolutely no way that a silly little Mario Kart game was gonna run you 80 bones. Well, here we are. $80 Mario Kart game. Now, I am generally a forgiving guy. I thought there was a chance that Nintendo could justify the price tag on this thing. $80 is steep, but some people end up spending hundreds on free games like Fortnite just for in-game cosmetics. If Nintendo offers far more than it ever did in any previous Mario Kart game, then this price tag could be justified. Yeah, I don't think it does. I don't think it adds enough content for that. Listen, before you call me negative or assume that I'm just a hater or whatever, let me glaze the game for a moment, because I really do love this game. Number one, the open world aspect of this game is very cool. It's a really neat idea for all of the tracks to exist together in one giant open world and to be able to drive between them. I think that's neat. I like the little challenges all over the open world and the little collectibles all over the place. You know, getting the outfits, that's fun. Unlocking enemy characters is, I guess, fun. I just got the Pianta the other day and I'm still kind of riding that high, to be honest with you. The Peach coins and the question mark switch things, they're real neat. The intermission races are a decent time. I know most people hate them, and yeah, I can see why, but they're undoubtedly cool. I don't know, I like the scenery and stuff. I like that the game isn't just a clone of Mario Kart 8 in terms of how the driving feels. The fact that drifting has been so de-emphasized is a pretty cool change, actually, because it really does help this feel like a very different game and not just a reskin of 8. Some of the new items are cool, like the hammer. I mean, the hammer kind of sucks and is useless, but it's at least cool in concept. The coin shell is fun and a good way to stockpile coins. Oh yeah, and I also like the coin cap now being 20. I think that's a nice round number. Knockout Tour is super cool. It's basically the Battle Royale mode of Mario Kart, and I think it's my preferred online mode version to play. Now, all of this being said, none of it adds up to a sum of enjoyment that's so much greater than Mario Kart 8 that it justifies costing a whopping $20 more at release than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe did. Like I mentioned, the game does add a new mode, but like only one. Maybe it's unreasonable to expect there to be many different modes to pick from, I don't know, but I do know that I can open up Roblox or Fortnite right now, and there'd be literally hundreds or thousands or even tens of thousands of different games and game modes to play, and all of that without pulling my credit card out of my wallet. And hey, most of it is going to be dog shit, but there's at least an illusion of choice there. We're in a new era of video games where game companies do need to grapple with the fact that there are many live service games out there that are completely free and offer significantly more content than the stuff that they put out. And I'm not even commenting on whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just pointing out that it's the reality of the world that we live in. Nowadays, there even being a cost to a video game sometimes needs to be justified. Why are you charging me for this when so many games are free? And look, I don't think Nintendo should have to put this game out for free. That's ridiculous, and I would never say that. But it seems crazy to go in the other direction and charge more for this game than has ever been charged for a Nintendo game ever before when we exist in the current environment that we do. And not just that, but more than the other AAA companies are charging for their games. A whole $10 more. Mario... Kevin. What? God damn. You just can't stand a closed door. Mario Kart to me has never been a game that I want to spend all of my free time playing. I believe I share this experience with most people, but my personal history with Mario Kart has always been playing casually with friends and family, mostly in just the local setting. Like, I tried doing a little bit of online with Mario Kart 8, but I was like, nah, I'm good. After the game crashed and kicked me out on the first race, I was like, I'm good. Yeah, no, I don't need to do this anymore. Of course, each Mario Kart game I will end up spending dozens of hours playing, but it's usually over the course of years and years. Like, I played a ton of Mario Kart 64 and Double Dash as a kid, but that was always just chilling in the basement with my brother or a friend. I don't know if I ever just went and sat by myself blasting through some solo races. I don't think I really enjoyed that. I know Mario Kart Wii had online multiplayer back in the day, but I never really had any interest in it. Mario Kart was just an at-home or like party atmosphere kind of game to me. Again, I really think this is most people's experience with Mario Kart as well, not just me. Mario Kart is the staple of Nintendo consoles. Back in the day, you could all but guarantee that any person you stopped in the street would be able to tell you that they'd at least once in their lives played like Wii Sports and Mario Kart, and maybe like the original Mario. But that is because Mario Kart was an accessible game and easy to justify buying for the kids. For 60 bones, you could pick it up and give your kids dozens of hours of entertainment. And that made more sense back then. Not only were you buying the kids each individual video game, but you were also buying, or at least renting, each individual movie. You were paying out your ass for your TV package. Anytime the kids wanted to read the new Harry Potter book, you were driving to the store to buy it for them, or sometimes ordering it from Amazon, but who wants to order from Amazon? It takes them like a whole 2 weeks to deliver your books. The point is, $60 is a pretty decent price for a game that's going to give you dozens of hours, if not more, of entertainment when every single entertainment medium requires you to buy things one at a time. Want to get a 2-hour movie that the kids might rewatch a few times? That would run you maybe $20. A CD with music for your kids to listen to? That's gonna be $17 to maybe $20. A cable package so that the little Rugrats can watch their SpongeBob and their My Life as a Teenage Robot? I couldn't really get a clear answer on this, but it seems like it was maybe around $40 a month back in like 2005, which seems surprisingly low actually. Like most people are paying more than that for like 2 or 3 streaming services nowadays, which is where today's sponsor comes in. Just kidding, don't skip ahead. I don't have a sponsor. That would have just been a perfect fucking segue if I was sponsored by one of those companies that ends your subscriptions though, oh my god. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that $60 is a lot compared to those other things, though I think that would have been more like $50 for video games back in the early 2000s. But either way, that's a cost needing justification. And that justification is that if you grabbed a Mario Kart game, either you or your kids were inevitably going to get dozens and dozens of hours of enjoyment out of it. Far more time than you'd expect from a movie or even music. But in the world we live in today, that value proposition has changed significantly. If I want to watch something, sure, I could go out and buy a movie or rent one online, but I can also just throw on YouTube and watch some shit for free. I could throw on Netflix and have a giant catalog of movies and TVs to pick from for just a monthly fee. I could open up Fortnite and play a few rounds without needing to open up my wallet. Now, of course, I'm gonna buy a skin because it's cringe to play with the base skin, but that's neither here nor there. The point I'm making is that there are far more free entertainment options nowadays, as well as streaming services, where you can watch any show or movie or listen to any music you want to with just the click of a button. If I can do all that, why the fuck am I gonna spend nearly $100 on a video game? Because that video game will keep me entertained for hundreds of hours. That is the value proposition of Mario Kart. That is where it justifies its price. But this Mario Kart, it does not justify its price. I think $70 would not have been an unreasonable amount to charge for the game. It sucks, but $70 is what AAA releases cost nowadays. It's the world we live in now. But $80 was unheard of before Mario Kart World. The implication with a price like that is that this game offers so much more than other AAA releases that it deserves to cost $10 more. And I'm sorry, but that just isn't true. It's Mario Kart, which is great and always worth a decent price, but it's still just Mario Kart with a few added bonuses. An open world, cool. A new game mode, fun. Outfits for all the characters, very neato. An improved online mode that doesn't constantly crash. Nah, Nintendo doesn't get any credit for that one. It's the absolute minimum we should expect from them. This stuff does not justify the price tag. I was truly ready to give the price tag a fair shake, much fairer than the vast majority of people out there. I thought maybe Nintendo really had added enough value to the game to justify the price. But after playing for hours and sitting on the game for a month now, they just haven't. Hell, it feels like the price is just there to discourage people from buying the physical game and getting them to buy the bundle instead. Maybe that was the point, I don't know. But I'd be curious to hear, what do you guys think? Do any of you out there, I mean, this is, I feel like this is gonna be no, but do any of you out there think that the $80 price tag is justifiable? And if so, why? Like, what are your thoughts on that? Please comment, because I'm genuinely curious, because I don't see it, man. Thank you guys for watching this video. I make weekly content about video games, mainly Nintendo, but I dabble. So subscribe if you enjoy this kind of stuff, and I'll see you guys next week with another one. Bye-bye.